Let's do this. One cut. Okay, so this is about the Great Gatsby. Okay, so basically got this dude. His name is James Gatz. Well, no, Jay Gatsby, but his real name is actually James Gatz. He lives out in North Dakota, and he was the son of some poor people. And then he's like, damn, I hate being poor. He met another rich guy because he was just chilling, shucking oysters by the beach. And he saw a rich guy on a boat, and he paddled out to him. He's like, hey, yo, it's going to rain. The rich guy was like, I'm going to hire you. So he works for him, and they travel around and stuff. Damn, wartime. So he joins, goes into war as an officer. I think the guy he with paid for him, though. I don't know. He goes into war as an officer, and he meets this girl named Daisy, and they, like, fall in love, and he's like, man, this is great. But Daisy's, like, stupid rich. Like, she's super rich, and he's not, and he's like, damn, I really want to marry this girl. But I gotta go fight, wait, Hitler's not alive yet. The Kaiser. Yeah, he's gotta go to war in Europe. So he leaves, and then he tries to get back home, but he actually gets sent to Oxford. So he uses that to say, oh, I went to Oxford to, for college, but no, he was just sent there on accident. He was there for like 5 months. And he gets back. Daisy married another dude, but he didn't even realize. He gets back, and he's like, damn, I'm poor. I'm going to become super rich. The illegal way. And he starts selling booze. And then in comes Nick Carraway. Nick Carraway is just some guy. Except that Nick is the cousin of Daisy. Alright? He lives out in the Midwest, but he moves to New York also. Jay Gatsby is stupid rich illegally because he was selling booze. He buys a huge house right across from where Daisy's house is, and he can see her house all the way from where he is. But I don't even know if he knows though. Like he keeps looking at the green light, and he's like, "Damn, that's pretty." Despite being broke, well, not broke, but poor, he becomes a broker. What was it, stock? Oh, he's a bond. He sells bonds. Yeah, because he's cousins with Daisy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go visit Daisy, and he just paddles across the lake. And he's like, what's up? Daisy's married now to Tom Buchanan. Tom Buchanan is basically a racist, buff guy, and he played football, but he doesn't actually I'm pretty sure he just inherited all his money. Like, he doesn't talk. He's not a smart guy. He's just racist, and he played football. That's all we know about him. And he has a mustache, and he's cheating on his wife. And, he's cheating on his wife with this girl named Myrtle, who's married to George Wilson. And George Wilson is a mechanic that lives in this area in between where Nick and Jay and Tom live. Because they don't all live in the same town, right? You got West Egg and East Egg. West Egg is... Well, they're both rich. If they live in either eggs. But, yeah, he goes to visit them. And then they have dinner, and it's all cool. And then he learns, oh, he's cheating on his wife with Myrtle. And literally the next day, Tom's like, let's go to the city. And he brings Myrtle. He's like, Nick, we gotta take a stop. So they get off the train, and he's like, this is the girl I'm cheating on my wife with. And George is right there. And George is this sweet guy who's getting cheated on. He's a cuck. He's getting cucked out. But he has an apartment up in the city. And they all go there, and they have a party with Myrtle, her sister, and a bunch of other people. This gay photographer. I don't know if he's gay, but a fight breaks out because Myrtle's annoying. Not as annoying as Daisy, though. Daisy's even more annoying. I don't know why Gatsby's trying to get with her. But Myrtle is just like, I can say whatever I want. And Tom basically just hits her with one of these. And, yeah, she gets a bloody nose and gets bruised. And George notices, but, he doesn't say anything. And I think it was literally the next day, the day after that, Jay Gatsby sends a letter to Nick. He's like, Nick, come to one of my parties. I have parties every single day and night. And he's like, all right. So he does. And it turns out he's the only one that was invited because he just throws these parties, but he doesn't actually, invite anybody. They just come anyways, like all the rich people do. Daisy's friend Jordan's there that he met at the dinner that he had when he first got to West Egg. And Jordan is also married, but dating Nick for some reason. I don't know, I guess she's just a liar. Like she plays golf, but she's not that good. She cheated at golf. And yeah, they go there and they don't even know who Gatsby is. They're there because he wanted Nick to be. And Nick bumps into him and he's like, "Oh, you're in the war too," and they become buddies. And yeah, the party ends. Nick goes home. Jordan goes home, and then the next day, what happens? Because they're buddies, Gatsby's like, "Hey, I have an idea. You should invite." Or no, he goes to the city. And he brings Nick along with him. And, you know, it's from this point on that you realize, as the reader, oh, he's clearly involved in some illegal business. Because it's not like he's an accountant or something. He has a huge house and a lot of booze and a bunch of money. Oh, yeah. And then he asks him, "Hey, Nick, I need you to have tea with Daisy, all right, at this day, at this time." And Nick is like, "Okay." That's about it. I mean, Gatsby was like, "Hey, Nick, I can get you some money. I can get you a lucrative business deal." And Nick's like, "I don't care about booze or money. I'm doing this as a friend because we're friends." And Gatsby's like, "Oh." So he does it. And then Daisy shows up. And then Gatsby shows up. And it's weird. At first. And then they become... And then they're like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen you in 7 years. Or 5 years. I don't know how long it's been." It's been years, okay? So they get together, and they're all cool, and then Gatsby's like, "Hey, let me bring you back to my house so I can flex." And he shows off all of his expensive, cool shit. And then Daisy cries into one of his shirts, because he's that rich. He just has these foreign shirts. Designer clothing. And then he throws another party, because he's like, "I want to show Daisy the reason I've been throwing these parties." Daisy doesn't even like the party, though. Nor does Tom, because she brings Tom along for that party. So he just fires all of his staff. He's like, screw it. They don't like her. She doesn't like the party. I'm going to fire everybody. He does. And he explains to Nick, like, "Yeah, I wasn't actually born rich. I didn't inherit any money. I made this all myself." And Nick's like, "Oh, so you are a criminal." He's like, "Yeah, pretty much." The Gatsby, Daisy, Tom, Nick, and Jordan, they all go to Tom's house. Because a confrontation's about to happen. It's Gatsby versus Tom. Because Gatsby's like, "Hey, yo, Daisy's my bitch." And then Tom's like, "No, we're married." And, Gatsby's delusional. He's like, "Okay, it's been 5 years. She's married and has a kid. But she still cares about me. Because I have money." And Daisy's like, "Hey, look, I like both of y'all. But I have a kid and I'm married. So, Gatsby, I really did like you, but you were gone for about this many years." And Gatsby's like, "Damn, this sucks." But he's delusional as hell about it. And then Tom's like, "Ah, I win." So he says, "Gatsby, you drive Daisy home, but Daisy, you drive the car. It's very important that you do for the plot." And then Nick goes home with Jordan and Tom. And on the way home, Jordan, Tom, and Nick, they see Myrtle has been run over. By who? Daisy! Daisy ran over Myrtle! And Gatsby's like, "Oh, I'll take responsibility for it because I'm a good guy." And Myrtle's husband's like, "So she's cheating on me and she got run over. It must be the person she's cheating on me with." But Tom, wanting to make sure there's no suspicion around his name, he's like, "Look, I wasn't driving that car. As you can see, I pulled up in a different car. The person who was driving that car is not mine. It is Gatsby's car." And he's like, "Okay, I get it." So, you know what he does? He kills Gatsby. He takes a gun, goes up to his mansion, shoots him in the head in his pool, and then he kills himself. But Nick, at his funeral with Gatsby's dad, his dad's like, "Yo, he's a good guy. I mean, he died, but he died because of some lady that he cared a lot about. So that's cool. And Nick calls up Jordan and breaks up with her over the phone. And then he goes back to the Midwest. And yeah, that's the Great Gatsby.